today's video, I'm planning to do something autumnal. It's starting to get quite cold here in Wales, and so today I thought I would do a Q&A video and have a cozy autumnal feeling as well for this video. So right now, not looking very autumnal, I do say so myself, but we're going to have a Q&A and I am going to decorate parts of the house to make it a bit more autumnal feeling, as well as changing up my wardrobe to move from my spring summer to autumn winter. Okay, so behind me are my shelves that I want to decorate for the autumn, and at the moment they are looking tidy. So what I want to do is make this shelf my autumnal shelf. I might change a few things on this shelf, but right now I think I quite like how organised it is, even though it looks a little bit chaotic, to be honest. And so down here I will have all my autumnal things, so I'm going to decorate it with some faux foliage, as well as all of the books that I'm going to read. And during that I am going to answer one of the questions. So one of the questions I've been asked is, am I enjoying making videos at the moment? And I would say I am. I think I've always wanted to create sort of YouTube content for a long time, and I've never really had the guts to do it, if you like. I wanted to do it in university, but university obviously just kind of like took over with studying. I mean, that is also the point of going to university. But I wanted to vlog my time, if you like, whilst at university. So I studied conservation biology, and then I studied a master's in Glasgow. And now I thought is the time to make YouTube content, and I'm enjoying it right now. I'm still learning a lot of the editing side and filming side, and also patience as well of editing, and I definitely do want to pursue it more. And from there I'd like to buy more efficient equipment, if you like, rather than just using my phone or having to upload onto Google Drive. I can just click in my camera onto my laptop. Right now I am currently reading The Spell Shop, as well as the second book of the series by Sarah J. Maas. I also like to read a couple of non-fiction books. So right now I am reading The Magic of Thinking Big, as well as Other Minds, as well as The League of Lady Poisonous. And then I do have Circe by Madeline Miller, and I really am enjoying this book at the moment. I think it's more of a summertime book, I would say, rather than an autumn or winter book. So I might change that book, put it into storage, and then replace it with the books that I want to read. I still want to read The Spell Shop by Sarah Bath Durst, or Durst, I should say, sorry. I'm really loving this book, and I think it's a perfect book going from summer into autumn, as it is just a very cozy book. Sarah J. Maas, I think a lot of people do know of the A Court of Thorn and Roses book series, and I'm not going to spoil it, but I am really enjoying that one at the moment. And then I have bought a lot of new books, so Spells for Forgetting, I was going to read that this summer. As I've been told, it's quite a nice summery book, so I might leave it for maybe winter instead, because it does give off more of a winter vibe. And then I want to read The Witches by Stacey Schiff, or Scheif. And then I bought these two books off TikTok. I know it's kind of bad, but I seen them as like they need to be added to my autumn shelf. So I've bought both books from Laura Gilmore. She published The Pumpkin Spice Cafe first, and The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore is the new one of her series. And I've been told and I've seen on TikTok and Instagram that The Pumpkin Spice Cafe is a really good autumn field book. And I started last year to read The Cemetery Boys, but I didn't finish that in time. And then this one underneath, which I've got it quite hidden, is Cackle, and that's also supposed to be another good autumn feel book. And then I've already read Anatomy, A True Love Story, but I wouldn't mind rereading this one again, as it is quite an easy read. I think I finished it in 2 or 3 days, as it was just so enticing, and I really want to get the next book afterwards. Underneath, I have the Death and the Afterlife book. This is a non-fiction book, and I bought this in America last time that I went. It's a book about, well, death and the afterlife, but it's from all different cultures and backgrounds, as well as the history. So there is very small chapters in this book, and so I think it's a great introductory way for anyone who is interested in learning other cultures' perspective of death and the afterlife. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place some of the books onto this shelf with books I've already read. I don't think I will be reading all of these books, to be honest, so I'll probably store away The Legal Lady Poisonous, The Magical Thinking, and Other Minds. So what I'll do is I'll just take the bookmarks I've put in them and put a receipt in there just to keep the page. And the bookmarks I do have, I'll transfer to some of the books I've already read here, and then we should get on with decorating the shelf. Another question I received was, how am I balancing work, content creating, and everything else? I'd say I'm quite fortunate to have a split shift with my work, and so I can create content in between my work hours, as well as being able to do other things like going to the gym, learning to drive, as well as everything that kind of fulfills enjoyment for me. So in this little box, which I'm going to use for my shelf, I have all of my things. I went to America first time round, so cards from my friends who I stayed with, as well as some of my flight tickets as well. And I thought she was quite nice. Opened the box and I forgot about all these little things that I had, as well as a map of one of the falls that we went to visit. So I thought I'm going to put this onto my bookshelf if I can. Found this bookend, and what I thought to do is just to place sort of the first page like so, and place it at the end, and then I don't know if you can see, you can just place the books like so that this book won't fall, and then we have a nice clean look. So I vaguely know where I'm going to be placing all of my bits and pieces, and here is the autumnal garland, and I'm thinking of just winding this around. Bit of a mess, to be honest. I felt a little bit uninspired last few weeks. I've still got washing I need to hang up, but since we are redoing my wardrobe, it doesn't matter, as I'm going to take everything out, answer a few questions, and put some of my autumn clothes in. So my first question is, what is my dream job and why? Well, my dream job originally was to be a vet, but I decided to go into conservation biology and animal welfare science and law. Right now, I'm a bit of stuck in a leeway or a rut, if you like. I still want to go down the environmental science route with researching animals in the wild, how we can help improve the environment that they're in, making sure that there isn't any deforestation or habitat loss. How is that affecting the animals' welfare, their behaviour, whether that's them migrating or breeding, etc. So that's the job that I intended to go into once I'd finished university. And with that dream job of being at university or coming from university was to travel a lot. I've always wanted to travel and explore, and I still do when I'm going on holiday, seeing different countries, but I wanted to be able to work abroad as well as enjoying it for leisure. However, I found that quite difficult to do, especially in environmental sciences, as those jobs are quite hard to achieve in the sense of needing a lot of experience as well as being able to be part of an academic institution to be able to do those things, or a good organisation. So for me right now, I haven't really got a dream job anymore per se, because I feel a little uninspired, and I think some people who might be in the same position as me might feel the same. So instead of just sitting around and doing the jobs that I'm currently doing at part-time, I wanted to make YouTube content and creating content where I can enjoy it, and it's sort of content where I like to watch other people do similar things as well, whether that is this video of getting ready for autumn, or I also like watching a lot of DIY videos as well as a lot of travel ones where it's either going to different cities, different countries, learning about different animals. That's what I like to watch. And that leads me on to the next question, which is, how long are you going to carry on posting YouTube videos, I think it was? And honestly, as long as I want to. I know that sounds quite cliche maybe, but right now I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process. Like I said in one of the first questions, I'm enjoying being creative. I think that's something that you do kind of lose whilst you are in an academic environment, especially in environmental science. So for me, it's about trying to make content where I enjoy it, and I hope other people enjoy watching it as well. I really want to do more autumnal content this season, whether that is getting ready for the autumn season, like this video, or what to eat. So I might do quite a few baking or cooking videos where I'll use seasonal ingredients, as well as doing a lot of baking where they are vegan, as I haven't seen quite a lot of vegan baking recipes. Well, I've seen them online, but I've not seen them on YouTube, so I thought I would do that as well. So I'm going to empty out my wardrobe now. I have my pyjamas, my top part of my gym clothes, bottom part of my gym clothes, and then shorts, jeans and trousers. And then what I'm going to do is just empty each basket, see what I'm going to keep for autumn winter and what I'm going to store away. Most likely going to be shorts and vest tops, and bring out some of the longer wear for autumn and winter. I'm probably going to keep my suit jackets on the right there because they just need to be kept hung up. But some of the clothes now which have more of a summer spring feel I will store away, as well as hanging up my thick winter coat, a hoodie that should really hang up as well. But for now I'm going to take everything out and sort what needs to go where. Received another question, and it was more of a statement that they said, and it was to do like an autumnal lookbook. And so I thought doing my wardrobe would probably help with the autumn look. Just change that a bit out of. You can't see my wardrobe. There we go. But can you see my face still? Yes, you can. So I'm going to change out a lot of my tops. I'm probably going to keep my shirt, but things like these shirts, for example, they're like light cream colours. I'd probably associate them more with summer, so I just like to remove them from my wardrobe. And then, as well as some of these longer shirts, which I will just button up and fold nicely when I don't need them anymore, and I put them into the box. For my lookbook, I tend to go with the typical autumnal colours, so orange, red, kind of like dark musty yellows, and then I like to balance it with some more neutral colours of black and brown. So if I'm going to have, for example, my orange jumper, I then tend to pair that with either my blue jeans or my black trousers. And so I just like to get rid of everything on my coat hangers to then replace it with everything from the box. Also, when I'm picking out clothes, I tend to pick out clothes that can be used as like a time capsule. So what I mean by that is I like to pick out some statement pieces that can be used for multiple outfits. And I think I like doing this now because it stops me buying into the whole fast fashion brand. Yes, you might see some labelled or designer pieces if you like, but for example, this Jack Wills sweater was from Vinted, and a lot of my clothes now, I would say, are from Vinted or Depop. Or for example, some of my shirts and t-shirts I've had for about 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So the yellow striped t-shirt, shirt, that you'd seen before, I bought that back in 2018. I've kind of kept that ever since. I really like wearing that shirt. I feel like it's very summery and quite joyful to wear, and from that it just makes me feel that little bit better, especially if I'm feeling a little bit down for the day. It just puts kind of like me in a better mood, if you like. Another one from Vinted, I think this was from Vinted or Depop, is this this burnt orange crop jumper. I feel like men should be able to wear female-led clothing, as at the end of the day, clothing is just clothing, and whatever you're comfortable with, you should be able to wear it and not be judged for it. Another reason, I like to wear this cropped jumper is I find with most jumpers, specifically men's jumpers, depending where you get them from, they always go below the waistline, and sometimes you just look quite drowned in it. So that's why I do like wearing this cropped jumper, as it's just above the waistline, it just fits and it looks much better than a very, wouldn't say oversized jumper, but it's more of a not fitted per se jumper. So when it comes to shirts, t-shirts, I like to have a mixture of clothing. So this carries on with the autumnal lookbook, if you like. And so I like to have a base layer or like a base colour. So for example, this grey t-shirt, I'd probably wear this grey t-shirt with my orange jumper, as the orange jumper is mainly the focal part of the outfit, whereas the grey t-shirt is just a nice basic one. And I'd probably pair that with either a black trouser or my blue denim jeans. I do sometimes like to have a printed picture, if you like, or a printed tee. So this one, for example, was from a subscription box. It was a Harry Potter themed one, and I'd worn it to the studios down in London, Harry Potter Studios, and I remember I received several compliments about the t-shirt, asking where I bought it from. And then I am going to carry on with putting some t-shirts up, and I know I said that light colour cream is kind of like a summery spring look, but for those who've watched Gilmore Girls, I bought this off Vinted, and we know that with Gilmore Girls it's a very autumnal TV show, so I thought this just gives to the autumnal vibe that I want to go for. Finally, my last question is, what is your favourite activity to do during autumn? I'd say I really like going for autumnal walks, as well as visiting places across Wales that have some sort of autumnal fest. So last year I went to Erthig, which had the Apple Festival, and this year I'm planning to do a lot more baking, which is my favourite activity to do during autumn. And I also try to make everything a little bit more special, so by lighting a candle or creating a very moody atmosphere with the lights and ambience, as well as listening to my favourite autumnal playlists and reading. So thank you for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.